normally the 12 signs are distributed among 4 elements. There are 12 signs: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Pisces. These are the 12 signs, and these 12 signs are distributed among 4 elements. You can share the PPT.
Absolutely, Upma-ji, right away.
Yes. So, like the first, the sign Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, they comes in the fire sign because the planet which governs the Aries sign is Mars, and we all know Mars has a courage. Mars is an action-oriented planet. Same way, Leo is the Lord of Leo sign is Sun, and Sun in itself is a fire. Sagittarius sign also comes in a Sagittarius. Jupiter becomes the Lord of Sagittarius sign, and these 3 signs comes in the fire sign. Fire, if you see, it goes always above. Same way, these 3 signs are very impulsive by nature. What they will do, when they will do, you cannot predict easily, because they normally do whatever things comes in their mind at once. They will take action first and later they will think. And whatever work they do with lot of passion. So that is the main characteristics of these 3 signs. And if your rising sign or moon sign comes in this, then to understand whether this sign is balanced or imbalanced. So if it is balanced, things will be going smooth. If it is imbalanced, then you will feel like there is lot of inflammation, or very frequently you will get cut by the knife, or whatever you are doing, you keep getting bruises very often. Your nature will be like short-tempered. You will not listen anything completely. Before that, will start giving some, saying something or taking some actions. That's why the fire sign people have the short temper thing, because they don't think, they don't listen properly. That's why they have the impatient nature, because if these signs are talking with the person who speaks slow or doing the work slowly, they will say, okay, leave this work, I will do, because fire cannot wait. That is the sign of imbalance. Now, when these things are in your nature, then there might be, like in the later years, you might have headache, joint pain, or dental pain, kidney issues. These are the probabilities that you can have these kind of health concerns. The next segment of sign are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So these 3 signs comes under the earth sign. And we all know earth is stable. And if earth becomes movable, a lot of things can disturb us. So same way, the Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn people like to sit at one place and keep working for long hours. They don't want to move easily here and there. They will say, okay, give me the work. I will do the desk work. I cannot go and do here and there traveling kind of job. And they like to have a solid foundation. If they get the solid foundation, then only they can go further. Till the time they will keep working, studying for getting a good foundation. So Taurus people are always grounded in their nature. Whatever work they will do, even a small child will do first homework, then go for play. So these are the simple things you can know how Taurus, how earth sign people will work. When this sign becomes imbalanced, automatically the lethargy, slowness in thoughts, action will be less. And these earth sign people, they don't like changes. They resist changes. They will say, I'm good with my old stuff. I don't want the new things. If new things will come, they will keep it for some time. When that will become a little older, then only they will use it. So they don't like to frequent changes. And money issues, if this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, if it becomes imbalanced, then money issues come. Otherwise, because of the grounding nature, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, they are very good in handling money. Now, if these imbalanced kind of thoughts are there, then the probability of health concerns will be thyroid issues, stones, constipation, and nervous system related botheration can be there. Third is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So these three signs comes under the air signs. Air moves frequently. You cannot keep air to work at a desk. They will not like. So we cannot keep air in a box or anywhere. Same way, air sign people cannot sit at one place for long time. If they are sitting at one place for an hour, you can say, good, you had done a good job, because they like to quickly move here and there. The drawback of this sign is they can start new things, but finishing those things is difficult for them. But they are very good in multitasking. You can give them 2-3 things because they like the changes. So it will be like 1 hour I'm doing this, 2nd hour I'm doing this, 3rd hour I'm doing this. At the end, quickly they will try to complete. But if things are going for a longer duration, then air sign people will think like, when that time will come so that I can move at a different project. So a shorter goal kind of work we can give to the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius sign. They like changes in the life. They are sharp, intelligent, communicative. You can ask them one question you give and they will give you the 10 answers. Now they will write at the bottom, I had written all the 10 answers except whatever you like. These are these guys. Okay. And when air sign becomes imbalanced, they have a lot of insecurity. It is like whether things are not going that way, but still they will feel like, okay, if this thing is not there, I'm not feeling good. And because of lot of overthinking, insomnia is a common thing in air sign people. And because of this nature, the health concerns will be muscular pain, cramps in lower body can appear. The last one, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. All these 3 signs comes under water signs. And when water signs, we talk about the water sign, they are very sensitive, emotional. They always like to stay with someone, and they are very good observers. They will not speak because they are mostly introvert, and their thoughts will be like quickly going up and down. So they have to fight with their own thoughts, because one time they will think about something, they will not take a decision about one thought, they will quickly jump on another one. So they need to balance their thoughts so that they can achieve success in the life. When the water sign becomes emotional, they can become depressed, have emotional eating because they always look for someone. And these 3 signs are so much sensitive, like, for example, I am in my own thoughts, and if you said hi and I didn't said hi, they will feel like I had done something wrong. Why she has not said answer to my hi? So we need to be very careful while talking with the water sign people. And because of the water nature, or because of depression and emotional nature, the health concerns will be related to weight and digestion issues, because they are not able to digest things easily. That's why digestion issues comes in their life. Okay. Yes. Now, when we know what type of sign we are, like fire, earth, water, air. So we had divided the 12 signs in the 4 elements. Now these 12 signs are governed by the 7 planets, because 2 planets, Rahu, that is the dragon's head, or you can say north node of the moon, and Ketu, which is known as a south node of a moon, they don't govern any sign. So based on the planets, this Ayurvedic dosha, Vata, Pitta, Kapha are based on the planets, Vata, Pitta, Kapha dosha are formed. Because in Ayurveda, while checking the pulse, we come to know about Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And in astrology, whatever food we eat, based on that, particular planet becomes strong in the body and particular planet becomes pacific. Like when you are taking the food of the same kind of, then that particular planet will become very strong. Okay, so the 3 doshas, the first one is the Vata dosh. Vata means air, and if air element becomes strong in the body, the gases related issues or dryness in the skin infection, these kind of health issues can appear. The planet which rules the Vata dosh is Jupiter and Saturn, because Jupiter and Saturn are the big planets and they have lot of gases. Okay. The second one is Pitta. Pitta means fire, and when fire is extreme in the body, inflammation, oily skin, or acidity, these kinds of health issues might quite appear. Sun and Mars, normally these 2 planets are known for the fire element. So when Sun and Mars are imbalanced in the birth chart, Pitta related issues will be there. Then Kapha. Kapha is a water element related dosh, and bloating, water retention, these kind of doshas are there. And in astrology, Moon and Venus, these 2 planets comes in the Kapha dosh. There is the another planet, Mercury. Mercury is a planet which have all the 3 doshas. So that is known as a 3 dosh planet. And Gemini sign is a particular sign which has all the 3 doshas. And rest I had written, like for Vata, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. For Pitta, Aries, because it is fire, so fire related signs are written. For Kapha, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces are written. And for the 3 doshas which is common, that is Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. Normally these 3 signs comes under the 3 qualities, means depending on the circumstances, they will pick any one thing or 2 elements. That's why they are sensitive towards all the 3.
Thank you, Upma-ji. I was just wondering, why did you mention about the 3 dosh? So, Upma-ji, just to summarize, first you shared with us the characteristics of the zodiac signs. Now you have mentioned to us about the doshas or the humors.
Yes,
And what you have said is that every zodiac sign, as we have discussed and as it is mentioned on the screen, is associated with a dosha. And
yes,
then every dosha and every zodiac sign also has the ruling planets.
correct.
We are till here, right? Okay, great. So I just like to repeat to everybody who's just joined and who's everybody who's making notes. You don't need to remember any of this. What we are trying to do is where we are going is all these elements we are going to cover, and then we are going to show you how Astro-Diet actually comes up and how a plan can be created. So we are clear so far. If anybody has any questions, please let us know and we will take them on. Upaji,
Hmm.
somebody has made a very astute observation that Libra is not mentioned in this. So,
Yes, that's why I said Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. These three signs are sensitive towards all these three signs because they are having the common three issues. Like depending on the whatever circumstances is, they can go towards the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, any. Like I said, Jupiter, Saturn, they commonly governs the Vata. So Mercury, it governs the three dosh. And when it is a Libra, Libra sign is ruled by Venus, but because of other compositions, it has the adaptability related to three dosh. Three dosh means uh, uh, these three signs has the capacity to go whichever side they want to go. You can
that's nice.
they
Huh?
has
That's
the
so nice.
willpower. They has the willpower to go towards Vata, Pitta, or Kapha.
So, does it mean that these signs and even Mercury, as you mentioned, does it mean that they are at an advantage?
Yes,
Or
they
is
are.
there
Yes,
any benefit or any advantage or disadvantage of having this aspect?
when one has the three dosh, it is like
Mm-hmm.
there is an advantage. Like you can quickly overcome the issues. Disadvantage is like if you are having the interest towards one of the choice of food, let's say
Mm-hmm.
curd or sweets, you will not be able to easily overcome that because that planet will keep inspiring you. I have a sweet teeth. Let me eat a small piece.
Very nice, Upmaji. Upmaji, thank you so much for repeating about the three doshas and about the three missing planets. And there is a very sweet message for you by Neelu Upmaji. She shares that it's always good to listen to you, Upmaji. Your wealth of knowledge and experience with astrology and its constant breakdown with various matters affecting us. And now with food, who would have thought it? Thank you, Upmaji. And I completely second her, Upmaji.
Thank you, Neelu.
And she has also added a question, Upmaji.
Yeah.
If one is a water sign as per Vedic astrology and air sign as per Western astrology, do we follow both?
No, we don't need to follow both because
Mm-hmm.
whatever sign is there, first understand because in later part we will come to know what type of food we like. So whatever type of food you are having the liking towards, go according to that sign because there are many things in astrology, but here we are talking about only the food. So let's say I have a particular, let's say Neelu has asked about water element and she is having the interest towards eating the food which is water related, then she can consider that, but no need to consider other one.
Got it, Upmaji. And even Neelu has acknowledged. Thanks, Upmaji.
Thank you.
So we'll proceed ahead, Upmaji. Shall I go to the next screen?
Yeah.
All right.
So Now, after understanding the sign, the particular lord, element, and the Vata, Pitta, Kapha dosha, now we will understand food is normally divided in three categories, that is Satwik, Rajasic, and Tamasic. So the Satwik planets takes us to the spiritual journey, and they are generous, helpful, and Satwik planets are Sun and Moon. These two
Upma-ji?
planets normally considered as Satwik planets. So if you have a good Sun and Moon in your chart, then you will like to have Satwik food. Then the next category comes under.
Upma-ji, Upma-ji, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Upma-ji. Could
Yeah.
you please quickly share with us in terms of food as to what is Satwik food, Rajasic food, and Tamasic food in terms of food?
Okay, so Satwik food is normally a food like fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, which is just now we had taken from the garden or we had purchased from the market. If you are cooking, it should be like if there is a pulse or anything which is cooked just now and you are eating within the 3 hours, that is known as a Satwik. It is like you can say a food which is fresh and consumed after cooking in the 3 hours. It doesn't have lots of spices, oil. It is just like you can say, normally in Hindi we say, बीमारों का खाना. You are just
Upma-ji,
adding.
for Sonata and everybody who has joined us from places where we don't understand Hindi, what Upma-ji just shared is for Satwik food, we generally it's like bland food. So Bimaru ka khana means something which is recommended to us when we are ill and when the doctor asks us to eat healthy. So that's what she meant, and it's like a joke
Yes,
that
so it's
is
like a
for
food
healthy food.
which
So
is,
Upma-ji, please carry on.
yeah, it is a food which is like you are eating, which is not having lot of tasty things. It is not fulfilling your taste buds, but still you have to take because of your health. Like you are having the salad, but there is very less salt, no other spices. So that food is considered as a Satwik planet. You can call it as a spiritual food, which says don't fulfill your taste buds, but fulfill your soul. That's why that food is considered as a spiritual food, Satwik. The next comes Rajasic. Rajasic means king type of food. So it's like my breakfast or whatever meal I am having, there should be 20 or more than many varieties of food. There should be different kinds of vegetables or whatever food there is. It should have lot of oil, butter, cream, cheese,
Oh,
anything which can mouth watering, which can fulfill my taste buds. And everything should be nicely, beautifully created on the table. So that is the king type of food. That is Rajasic, where you can feel your all the senses. That is Rajasic. The third one comes Tamasic. Tamasic means like for a requirement based, like I'm a hungry, whatever comes in front of me to fulfill my stomach, whatever I'm getting that I'm eating. It could be the stale food. It could be like I had cooked in the morning and eating in the dinner. Whatever food which is consumed within 3 hours, that food can also become the tamasic food. Let's say you had made a simple food which can come under the sattvic or a soul food kind of, spiritual food kind of food, but you had not consumed it in 3 hours, then that food can also fall in the tamasic food because it starts getting stale. Breads, junk food, all these comes in the tamasic food. And which planets which planets will rule the tamasic food? Saturn and Mars. Because Saturn gives us lethargy. And when you are eating a food which is not consumed within the cooking of 3 hours, that food will increase your lethargy. That's why it comes in the tamasic. Mars, because Mars is an action-oriented planet, and when it is having like, Mars needs like lot of energy, and when you need lot of energy, you cannot have that energy through the spiritual food. And the Rajasic food makes you lethargic. That's why Mars comes as a ruler of tamasic food. And for Rajasic, we all can understand Venus and Mercury. They are the 2 planets which comes in the Rajasic category. Okay.
Okay, so Upma-ji, this means that it's not just because Satwik is spiritual and healthy, we need to have that. We need to have Satwik, Tamasic and Rajasic, all 3 of them.
Yes, we need to eat all these 3 kinds of food. When we have all these 3 kinds of food, then only it will become the balanced food.
I see. Okay, Upma-ji. Got it. Shall I move on, Upma-ji?
Yes.
You've mentioned something very important here, which we all do, that whatever we are lacking in our life, we choose that type of food to fill the energy. Upma-ji, can you give us example of this statement?
Okay. So, like, there is a habit of procrastination, which, if you can ask, 80% of people might be having. And why that habit is coming? Because mostly in the home, the food is cooked in the morning and we are having afternoon or in the late evenings. Now, because of that reason, we are more having a liking towards oily food or junk food. That's why this thing is coming. And another thing is like, because we all think about like, I should have monetary gains. We all like to have money, and the tamasic planets helps us to get the money. That's why we get attracted towards the tamasic food. In earlier days, people don't think about money. They think about the spiritual journey. That's why in older times, people used to have Satwik food. This is the meaning of like,
Nice.
Whatever we are lacking, we are going towards that.
Beautiful.
And money is like, nowadays, 90% people will like to have. So tamasic food is becoming more common nowadays.
So there is the solution to this, to fill this gap that we are doing. We are using food to fill this gap. So there is a solution to balance this out, is where we are going, right?
Yes, right.
Thank you, Upma-ji. That was really beautiful, this statement.
Okay. So the steps in Astro-Diet will be like, first we will learn about how to check our zodiac sign, which is your rising sign, moon sign, sun sign, but mostly we will work on rising sign and moon sign. Then the second thing will be like, understand your body element. like what kind of feelings you are having. If you feel like I'm having a bloating kind of a feeling, or in the daytime, I am very action oriented, but later in the evening, I become lethargic. So it will be like you are divided among two elements. So based on that, we will make out some suggestions. Then third is like correlate food with three qualities, Satwik, Rajasic and Tamasic. So we will match all these three things, and there will be more things other than these three things, like for example, black pepper. Black pepper by nature, it is a fiery, because you cannot eat it just putting in the mouth, but it is a spice. Now that black pepper comes under Saturn, so it pacifies your lethargic. It also pacifies the air element. So sometimes one spice can control your two, three things. The another thing, when you start having the black pepper in your diet, and if you are taking it in the daytime, it will give you different result. When you are having it in the dinner time, it will give you different result, because night is governed by Saturn. So it will be like when you are taking the black pepper in your dinner, you are pacifying whatever obstacles Saturn is going to give you. Now, if you are putting this in the vegetable, then it will give you like uh, whatever money issues you are going through, those will get pacified.
Got
If
it,
you are
Upma-ji.
putting it in the pulses, then related to pain in the legs. So these things we are going to know.
That was going to be my next question. So, Upma-ji, you're saying this, all this as your second nature, but you are going to teach us all this, right?
Right.
All right. So, everyone and Upma-ji, tell me if I have understood this correctly. Firstly, I have a question. What if, we don't know the birth date, or if we don't know the moon sign, rising sign, is it still possible to work with this?
Yes, it is still possible. Like I said, issues are based on the planets, and we all know what issue we are going through. Let's say body weight. So mostly people are looking for some remedy for reducing the weight. Now, weight, this is a particular thing which increased due to the imbalance of Jupiter planet. When you start having a food in a moderate quantity of Jupiter and the other planet, which is limiting the negative effects of it, your body weight will start reducing, and without going to gym.
Aha. Nice. Umaji, I'm loving how you're connecting one thing to all other things. So, Umaji, this is like a template. Let's say I have a child, or I have a client, or I have me. So we take this we take this template and jot down all these details, zodiac sign and the element dosha and the three qualities,
Yes.
balance them out, and then accordingly we create a plan,
Yes.
a diet plan, right? Okay, all right. So everybody, I hope I have understood very clearly so far. If you have any questions, please ask us on the group, and we are going to proceed now and understand this better with an example. And I'm just going to share my screen again.
So in this screen, you might be looking at the chart. This is the North Indian style of a chart. And where AS is written, AS means rising sign or ascendant sign. Here one number is written and one number represents Aries sign. Yes, this one number. So it represents Aries sign that I had written here. Rising sign is Aries. Now Aries sign comes under the fire element, and fire element Ayurvedically indicates about the Pitta element, which is again fire. Now, if you see in this chart, MO moon is written in the 11. Where 11 number is written, there is MO moon. So moon sign will become Aquarius. 11 number is known as Aquarius. So moon sign is Aquarius, and Aquarius sign comes under the air element. And air element comes in Vata dosha. So after finding out what is the rising sign, moon sign, what Ayurvedic dosha is there, then we will note down which planet will become the lord of the Aries sign. So Mars becomes the lord of the Aries sign, and Saturn becomes the lord of Aquarius sign. Mars, when you will have these PPTs, Mars comes in the fire element with the tamasic category of food, and Saturn also comes in the tamasic category. So it indicates like the person whose chart is this having a interest towards tamasic food. It's not necessary, might be having a stale kind of food, but this Mars and Saturn, it indicates like spicy food. Because of some reason, a person might be eating sometimes spicy food, sometimes due to work, food cooked in the morning and having in the late night. Then Saturn indicates like the combination of Mars and Saturn indicates overthinking, and again Saturn will indicate like there will be, before starting any work, there will be some kind of feeling of insecurity. If there is not insecurity, then it will be like, I will do this thing, but not at the proper this time. I will take my own time and I will start my work at my pace. I will not work given on the time what others are giving me, because Saturn can take the orders, but when it is becoming the Aquarius sign lord, it says, I will work, I will do it in the late night, but don't ask me to work in the morning hours, because Aquarius sign is again a sign of online work. So person will say, I will work at my own piece of place and at my own time. And now the interest towards foods will be like,
Upma-ji, sorry. So before we proceed ahead, I just wanted to check with you. So by the way, this chart is mine. And Upma-ji, I want to ask you that, let's say whatever you mentioned till now, they are the features, right? That they are the features of my rising sign, moon sign, and because of my planets, I get these feelings, that I have these behaviors.
yes.
Okay. All right. Upma-ji, please proceed. How do we connect this with food?
Yes. So
Yeah.
now, like if you want to overcome the overthinking habit, okay, then what we have to do, we need to just whatever you are having in the dinner, we will start putting black pepper, nutmeg in the dinner food, a little bit, a pinch of nutmeg powder, a pinch of black pepper. That will help your to come out of overthinking habit. Then because of Mars, there will be like a habit of fast eating. You can complete your food in 10 minutes. But because of that reason, you are not fulfilling all the senses. So it will be like, give some more time when you are having the meal. This way we will align with the food and rest. There are many more things like whatever other issues you are going through, we will connect.
Okay. So, Upma-ji, you're saying that you have mentioned the Satwik, Rajasic, Tamasic and the planets here. So, based on my issues, we can work around the diet as per the charts and everything you have given. Okay. All right. So, Upma-ji, I will just, for the sake of demonstration, I will share a couple of my issues with you, and then we can see how we can create a diet for that. And of course, we are going to invite some of you here for your issues and what can be done with that. And Upmaji, a couple of people on the group have said that it is a little complicated, and I agree in terms of the things that are involved in this.
It is not complicated because you will have only the 3 categories and you have to just match them.
Right.
There is a one category of zodiac signs, the another category which is related to Vata, Pitta, Kapha. The third one is Satwik, Rajasic, Tamasic.
Yes.
And whatever issue you are going through, you have to join all the 3 or only the 2. Just that's it.
That's it. Absolutely, Upmaji. What I was actually going to say that it may look complicated because we are trying to give a glimpse of what it is. So the parts that are missing, that is going to be there in the workshop.
Yes.
So right now, we're still halfway through this call with more examples and with more time, you're going to understand this better. And of course, Upmaji is going to be with us tomorrow as well. And there we are going to do more demos, more explanations. Still, if you have any specific questions, you are very welcome to let us know on the Telegram group. We can also unmute you. So proceeding further, Upmaji, let's take a couple of issues that I'm facing, and you can just share, and then we'll take on some more people. So about procrastination, Upmaji, you've already shared earlier, so I will not ask you about that. I will ask you a couple of things, Upmaji. First, it's not related to my health, but there is something in my family, and it is a history of diabetes and thyroid and hypertension. And touch wood, I'm healthy. But is there anything I can do to, stay away from continuing this pattern in my family?
Yes, definitely we can do. Because like diabetes, hypertension, or whatever things are there, they will all come under the 9 planets category. So when you will join the workshop, it will be like, for this purpose, these planets are responsible. So let's say diabetes. For diabetes, mainly Jupiter and Venus. These 2 planets comes as a main significant planet to give the diabetes. When we start taking less oily food, less cheese kind of complicated milk products, then naturally we are able to pacify the diabetes. And through increase of Satwik food, which is like vegetables in the morning, you are quite you have to take for a long term, but you are able to completely avoid those diseases.
Sounds good, Upmaji. So did you share this with me based on my birth chart, or can everybody do this? Will this be applicable for everybody? Or this depends on chart to chart?
For diabetes, what I had said, that is common for everyone.
Okay, Upmaji. Okay, all right. Got it. So Upmaji, this was not a health issue, but this was something I was curious about, and that we can, avoid this. And let's say it's not a health related issue. Let's say I have a relationship issue, like maybe I'm too sensitive or some, one or two people trigger me.
Yes.
So is there anything I can do to, balance myself, my emotions, and present and feel better generally?
Yes. Like 2-3 people in the family which triggers you, or there are many people who are having less group large friends. They are having very less friends, 1 or 2 friends. So when you are having the any such kind of issue related to relationship, then moon indicates about feeling, relationship. We will have some kind of a food which can balance the mood. Like you can have cucumber or fruits which are having the water element, but only in the morning hours, not after 12 noon. That will help moon to balance it. And this way we can make it favorable. So here I will tell you, Shilpa, there was one husband and wife, and wife was like, my husband doesn't give me time, which is a very common issue. So I asked her, when you both are taking the breakfast, just have pomegranate. And if you can't have pomegranate, drink pomegranate juice, but in a same glass. She did it for a few days. Then she said, yes, he had started giving me some time. Then I said, keep going on. It will help you.